Hello, welcome. I am Ben. Welcome to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare online gameplay. Now today I'm not doing a live commentary. I'm just doing a voiceover. I play Domination on Terrence. I use the EM1. I think I don't know what it's called. It's a laser gun. But today I'm going to be talking about the Super Bowl and my predictions of it. I'm going to do a completely unbiased prediction, even though I'm a huge Patriots fan. But I'm going to be a complete I've said the Pats were going to lose before. So I said we'd lose. Like, I always obviously root for us, but I've said there's games where I thought we'd lose. And I said the other team would win. But before we go about that, I'm going to talk about, so I made a schedule on my uploadings. I'm going to have one day off where I don't upload. That's going to be Sundays. Now, obviously, if I have, like, tests to do, like, if I have a final for class, I'm going to, obviously that's more important. I'm sorry, I need to do it in high school. But besides that, I should be able to upload every day. Sunday's a day off. I'm not going to be uploading. And also, I'm going to be cutting back on Madden. I'm not going to take the videos off. I still have a bunch of recordings for that. But I'm going to cut it back on it. Like, I won't upload it as much as the other videos. Just because, like, I'm not really right now too focused on it. I'm enjoying everything else I'm doing. And the point of the channel is obviously for me to enjoy. Because if I don't enjoy doing what I'm doing, I'm going to put out bad content. So if I do it this way, I'll still be able to enjoy everything. I'm still going to put up Madden, just not as much. But Fridays and Tuesdays are going to be Call of Duty. Saturdays and Wednesdays are going to be Minecraft, and Mondays and Thursdays are going to be FIFA. So that's my schedule, and Sundays I have off. And so, here we go. I guess we can talk about it now. Now, like I said, it's going to be completely unbiased. I'm going to talk about every aspect of the game, like who needs it more, and just, we'll go down the list. I have a thing to do. So I'm going to be comparing both teams by categories. Also, actually, before we start about the gameplay, I think I should talk about the gameplay a little bit. I start off doing really crappy. Like, I start awful. I make a bunch of mistakes in the beginning. Like, I fall off the cliffs and stuff. So I start off awful in the beginning of this game. But when round 2 of 2 comes, like right there, just fucking fall off. Round 2 of 2, it's nuts. I go on like a big, massive kill streak, and I end up doing really good. So here we go. First, I'm going to compare the defenses. Seattle. And I'm also going to do different parts of the defense. Seattle, Legion of Boom. Those guys are no joke. Rough Riders, though, those guys are real. They have a nice defense down there at Seattle. Or, actually, up there at Seattle. Seattle's no joke on defense. And now they talk about, Richard Sherman's injured, his sprained, whatever he sprained, and Earl Thomas dislocated something or pulled it. That's crap. They're saying they might not play. They're both going to play. Like, there's no way Earl Thomas and Richard Sherman aren't going to play for the game. So no one expect those guys not to play. They are definitely going to be in the game. First, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be one of the best Super Bowls hopefully one of the best Super Bowls I've watched in a while. This literally could go either way. Both teams have just as much of a chance. Either way, this game is like, this isn't like other Super Bowls. Like, these are the two teams that were meant to be here. This should have been last year's Super Bowl. Unfortunately, injuries caught up in New England, and eventually when we got to Denver. If we had all our players, I'm sure we could have been to the Super Bowl. I don't know if we would have won, though. We have a completely new team this year. But we're getting off topic. But also the Patriots, we have a nice defense, too. Now, it's different, obviously. We don't have the big hitters Seattle does. But we still got a nice crew at New England. The offseason was huge for us. We picked up some nice people. Gerard Mayo going out against Buffalo was big, but then a guy called Jamie Collins stepped in. Dante Hightower. Those two guys stepped up. Jamie Collins, I think, can become one of the greatest middle linebackers. Not of all time. That's complete. No, not like he didn't even do that much yet to be of all time. But I think he can be one of the best linebackers in for the next couple of years. Like, just one of those guys. Like, I see him having a couple great seasons. He can be. So same thing with Dante Hightower, great player. So I'm gonna talk about defensive backs, but I'm gonna talk about safeties first. Seattle, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, possibly the best safeties in the game. Compared to New England, we got Patrick Chung. Patrick Chung is good. He's got potential. He's a playmaker, but he's not like Earl Thomas. He's not like Cam Chancellor, who always make plays. But we also have Devin McCourty, who is like, in my eyes, who is like Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas. But when it comes to the defensive backs, I'm going to have to give that Seattle get the W on that one. I mean, on defensive backs. I hadn't talked about cornerbacks yet. On safeties. Safeties, that goes to Seattle. Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, probably the best safeties in the game. Now, when it comes to cornerbacks, they have Richard Sherman, Byron Maxwell, some lame guy I've never heard about who calls out Gronkowski, which I don't think was smart of him because when we think about Seattle, we think about like Richard Sherman and those boys, but we don't think about Lane. I think his name's Jeremy Lane. So I don't think it's like, I mean, hey, maybe he'll shut down Gronk. Who knows? I don't even think he'll be on Gronk, but what do I know? Anyway, so when it comes to cornerbacks, Richard Sherman, Byron Maxwell, we got Brandon Browner, Logan Ryan, and Darrelle Revis. Now, I'm only saying the big two for Seattle. Byron Maxwell and Richard Sherman. Here's the thing. Richard Sherman and Darrelle Revis, they're probably the best corners in the game. Best corners in the game. I'm going to have to get an edge to Darrelle for those two, for this reason. Now, Richard Sherman, don't get me wrong, like I say, he's a great cornerback. Like, I'd love to have him on my team. But the thing with Richard Sherman, he's a zone defender. Like, when it comes to zone, best in the game. He is great in the zone coverage. But that's the thing. He can shut down one side of the field. One side of the field, it's shut down. But the thing with Darrelle Revis is that's why they call him Revis Island. If he's on you, you're stuck on Darrelle Revis. He can go across the field. And we play him a lot of man coverage in New England. So, you know, he's an island. You are stuck there. He can get anyone, go across the field. That's why I think Darrelle Revis is so good, because he takes one player out of the game, the one player completely out of the game, while Richard Sherman takes one side of the field, so they could just, you know what I mean? Also, Byron Maxwell, I think Byron Maxwell gets the edge over Brandon Browner. Now, Brandon Browner is more physical. He's more of a person that we put on the tight ends. He's like a shutdown tight end. Like, if you put him on, he can shut down tight ends. But the problem is penalties. It's almost every game he does a pass interference, it seems like. Obviously not every game, but it seems like he does a pass interference, holding, something. There's something he's called for, which really kills us. It really, like, that's why I have to give the edge to Byron Maxwell. Byron Maxwell is also a really good cornerback, good man-to-man coverage guy. They play a lot of cover 3 in Seattle, though, and Byron Maxwell's really good at doing that, and also doesn't do as much penalties as Brandon Browner. Even though he's not as physical, I wouldn't say, because Brandon Browner's he's a big cornerback. He's tall, he's big. So, that's what I'm thinking. So, I say cornerbacks are about the same, to be honest. I think they're both, in my eyes, this is all in my eyes now. Because I'm trying not to be biased towards New England. I'm going to, like, so you guys might have different opinions on me. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments. But this is how I see. So now we're going to talk about, I think we're going to do pass rushers. Now, the key for the Patriots to win this game. If the Patriots want to win this game, they need to protect Tom Brady. If Tom Brady's protected, best in the game. Tom Brady will pick apart your defense. If you give Tom Brady time, he will find the open receiver. But if Seattle can get to Tom Brady, that's Tom Brady's weekend. If you can get to Tom, game over. You guys win because Tom needs time. But also, good thing about Tom, if you guys he's quick. He has quick release. He can get rid of that ball fast. That's a good thing about Tom. He's so quick. It's like he doesn't need that much time, but he still needs some time in that pocket. Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson. He's a very dangerous quarterback. He can run. He can lead the team in rushing in some games. He can run the ball. He can do so much. He's really good. He has a big arm. You know, he thinks quick. It's a linebacker's nightmare to versus a guy like Russell Wilson, because it's a defense, just a team's nightmare to have versus a team like Russell Wilson, because if no one's open, he'll run for 10 yards and get a first down. He's a playmaker. He can do big things which Tom Brady can't do. Like, Tom Brady can't run outside the pocket, but Tom Brady can make some passes that Russell Wilson can, just because he has more experience and just like he's been in the game longer. So, quarterback, I'm going to have to give the edge to Tom Brady because of the experience. Tom Brady's in the league for, 15 years, 14 years? I don't exactly. I think it's been, 15 years Tom Brady's been in the league. Just the experience, he knows more. He's just a veteran. That's just how it is. But Russell Wilson's no joke still. And we talk about pass rushers. They got Michael Bennett, Averill. They got some big boys, and they got some nice pass rushers in Seattle. And I'm going to have to give the edge to them because we have Chandler Jones, who is no joke. Chandler Jones is very good. Rob Ninkovich is probably the most underrated person I know. Rob Ninkovich is very underrated. I think he's very good, but they're nothing like Seattle with Michael Bennett and Averill. So that goes to Seattle. The linebackers, Bobby Wagner, K.A. Wright. And then we have in New England, we got Jamie Collins and Dante Hightower. I'd say they're just about even, to be honest. Bobby Wagner's no joke. When they got him back from injury, that's when the team turned around. Bobby Wagner's he makes a huge thing in that team. They need him in that defense. He's phenomenal, good run stopper. He can play good coverage. But same thing with Jamie Collins. I think Jamie Collins is the perfect guy to put on Russell Wilson. He can, I think he's fast enough and he's big enough to get Russell Wilson. He's just perfect for Russell Wilson. So I think that's our best way to stop him is by having him maybe spy, or obviously can't do that every play, but I think Jamie Collins will help a lot because of his speed and he's really matured. He's getting experience. I think Jamie Collins has a lot of potential. Hightower, big hitter. He's really good playmaker. Phenomenal job taking over Gerard Mayo's place. I think he also has a lot of potential. Honestly, I'd say about even. If I had to give an edge, I'd probably give it to New England. Just because of... Actually, I don't know. That's a tough one right there. They're just about even for linebackers. Now, when it comes to receiving corps, when it comes to tight ends and wide receivers, that's New England all day. Don't get me wrong, Jermaine Kearse is no joke. Jermaine Kearse is really good. They got some playmakers in Seattle. I love Jermaine Kearse. He has a lot of potential, but down in New England we got Edelman, who's stepped up big. Edelman who's he can catch, and obviously he can throw after that Ravens game. And we also have Brandon LaFell, who stepped up big, had a career high here in New England. And then Rob Gronkowski just unstoppable. I think the matchup with him and Cam Chandler is going to be amazing. Who's going to win that? I don't know. It's going to be tough. I don't know what I think. It's going to be a very good matchup. It's going to be outstanding. But I think we have the better offense overall. Overall, the offense in New England, I think it's better. We have more weapons. Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman. Gronkowski, Brandon LaFell. We got Tom Brady. Our offensive line's shaky at points, but it's also not bad. It's I don't know. Our offensive line is one day it'll show up and one day it's different. It's just awful. So we'll have to see. Hopefully we show up. Tom Brady. Also, I want to talk about the running backs. Marshawn Lynch, I give complete to Seattle. Seattle destroys us in the run. Now, LeGarrette Blount's no joke either. LeGarrette Blount, that guy can play. He's a big guy. He knows he can juke. He can outrun. He's big, strong, break tackle. But Marshawn Lynch, we all know what Marshawn Lynch can do. Look up highlight video of Marshawn Lynch. You know he is just that run he had against the Cardinals, that run he had a couple years ago against Saints in the playoffs. Marshawn Lynch is no joke. That guy can break tackles. If Marshawn Lynch has a game, this game's gonna go to Seattle. If Marshawn Lynch can go off and if the New England Patriots do not stop Marshawn Lynch, do not find a way to stop him, at least slow him down. If he runs off on us, runs wild, this game's all in Seattle. We need to find a way to stop Marshawn Lynch, and if we can force Russell Wilson to have to throw. Stop Marshawn Lynch for the majority. Make Russell Wilson have to sit in that pocket, not be able to run. Make him sit in that pocket and throw the ball. That's how I think New England can win. I think that's because I don't see Seattle with the weapons enough to. Because our New England's defense is good, but I don't see Seattle Seahawks, the weapons they have, enough to beat the Pats defense. And I try to say we a lot. I know a lot of people don't like to say we, but I think just as a fan base, as fans, you make a team. So I like to say we, but I'm going to try my best not to say that, obviously, because, at the end of the day, I'm not there playing. So I can't say we because I'm not contributing to the win. I'm just rooting for us, obviously. So, but I think if New England can force Russell Wilson to step up and make throws, then I think that's the game for us. I think that's how we win. We can force the turnovers, interception, because I don't think Tom Brady's going to be making mistakes unless they pressure. If Seattle can get pressure on Tom Brady, if Seattle gets pressure on Brady and Marshawn Lynch runs wild on us, game's to Seattle. But if New England can stop Marshawn and protect Brady, and if Seattle can't stop Gronk, and they can't, if we're clicking and they can't stop LeGarrette Blount, this game's gonna go to us. Because I feel like the turnovers, New England will get more if everything goes well. And I'm also gonna talk about, the edge who got that Marshawn Lynch beast way better than LeGarrette. I think he is unstoppable. So now I'm gonna talk about two more things. One more thing until we get to prediction. I think I'd say which team would be more important for, and obviously it's the Super Bowl. Any team that wins it's big for them. They won the Super Bowl. That's awesome. But obviously I think there's times when one team needs it more. Now Seattle just won last year. They win this year. They can almost call themselves a dynasty. 2 and 3 years so far. They made playoffs the other day. Ever since Pete Carroll got there, they got that defense. It'll be huge. Russell Wilson, he wins 2 Super Bowls. He wasn't a rookie too long ago with Andrew Luck, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure it's Andrew Luck. Actually, I don't know if he was. I don't remember. But I know he's new to the NFL, kind of. He wins 2 Super Bowls that early in his career. That's huge for the Seattle organization. But I think with New England it's been 10 years since they've last won one. The fact that they made it in 6 Super Bowls within 15 years is phenomenal. It's outstanding. That is, you're not gonna see that a lot. But the fact that they did that is just awesome. But the problem is, ever since that Spygate, people are saying now this makes everything better with the Deflategate, which I'll make a completely different video about Deflategate. That is just, I'm not going to be able to fit everything in this video. It would be too long of a video. I'm not trying to do that. I'll make a different video for that, though. And also, I think the legacy for New England, for Tom Brady in the Bill Belichick era, that would be a huge win if they win this. Tom Brady, and they're talking about ESPN's First Take. I love First Take. If Tom Brady wins this, he can be in the category as best of all time. Now, he already could be even if he loses. 6 Super Bowls, first quarterback to ever do that. But if he wins it, he wins 4. Been in 6, he could possibly be the greatest player of all time. And that's just outstanding. Bill Belichick, most Super Bowls. He can tie for the most Super Bowls win. Darrelle Revis can get his first ring. There's so much. Who needs him more? I'd go with New England. I think New England has an edge on motivation because with the Deflategate that made them angry. They wanna go and prove the world wrong. It's basically them against the world. They want to go prove the world wrong that they can win a game. They can prove to everyone that they don't need to cheat. They can win legitly. And they want to prove it to them, so they're angry. I think they have more obviously Seattle's got motivation. They're in the Super Bowl, the biggest game. But I think New England has an edge on that because all this, the Deflategate and all this stuff they're angry. They want to go and prove, and they're just hungry for a Super Bowl. They haven't won since 2004. They want a Super Bowl bad. So I say New England. I don't know. Both teams want it, but I'd say New England would. Now my prediction. Again, I'm going to be completely unbiased. Last year against the Broncos, I said the Broncos would win. I said we'd lose to the Broncos, and the Broncos did beat us. This year against the Ravens, I said the Ravens would win. Now, obviously, I wanted the Pats to win. I was praying the Pats would win. I love the Pats, but Baltimore was good, and they almost beat us. But, since it's been 10 years, they're hungry with all this Deflategate, all this stuff. They're angry. Tom Brady wants it. I'm picking Super Bowl 49. The New England Patriots are going to beat the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 49. Now, I don't know if I want to say score. I'll just say a random score. One of my friends said this. My friend is actually weird because he predicted this. In end of the year last year, he said New England, Seattle. Now, I'm going to just say the same score as him. 24-17 New England. It's going to be a hell of a game. I'm so excited for it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was a little long, lengthy. I just wanted to say everything I had in mind. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.